Now, Nio Day, it is an event that usually takes place at the end of the year, and this is an event when Nio demonstrates or showcase their latest products, which is what we have been seeing in previous years. During this period in the previous years, we have been seeing, or we saw Nio, of course, launching multiple products. I remember very well the Nio Day 2021, where we saw obviously the ET7, the first sedan of Nio called the ET7, which obviously it was a very beautiful car. It took everyone by storm, and the only mistake that they did with that car, if you remember very well, is that the deliveries, they took 12 months to start with the deliveries of that model. And look, Nio has learned from their mistakes, or they learned from their past, and we are seeing them obviously after launching the models and making sure that they get to the models to people, or they start delivering the models as soon as possible, because people end up losing hope and cancelling their orders. The reason why I'm talking about Nio Day, or I'm giving you that intro, it's because the president of Nio, Queen Lihon, also highlighted something very important during a session, or on a session that came after the pre-launch of the Envoy L90, and that is Nio Day. The tentative date that they've set for Nio Day is end of September. The day is not yet confirmed, but end of September this year we could be seeing Nio Day taking place. And the reason why they moved it from December, or from the festive to now September, it's simply because they want to make sure that the product that they launch, they start delivering it as soon as possible, and it can also benefit from the demand that usually comes in Q4, from the consumers that want to buy cars. This is something that we really honestly, as new investors, appreciate, because the sooner they start deploying the products or selling the products that they launch on a Nio Day, the better. Which is why I gave you a scenario, or I gave you that what we saw onto Nio previously when it comes to the ET7. Nio took almost a year before they started with the deliveries of the ET7, and that made people to be quite angry, and that made people to end up cancelling their orders, which is a very good lesson learned for Nio. It is for that reason that I'm happy and I'm excited that this time around Nio, it's making sure that after Nio Day, that product that you will see on Nio Day, probably in October, November, they are going to start delivering the new Nio ES8, because ES8 is the model that will be officially unveiled during the Nio Day 2025, right? The Nio ES8, you know that it's a large SUV, and same with the Envoy L60. The Nio ES8 is going to have 3-row seats, and it's built on an NT3 platform, 900-volt architecture, and over and above that, it's going to use Nio in-house developed autonomous driving chip Shinji NX9031, which is something that is very good. It's gonna come with the Nio World model feature, which is an autonomous driving feature that Nio is paving, or that is helping Nio pave the way to go to full autonomous driving. That is what we are going to see, and that is the model that we are going to see, and hopefully it gets to obviously take it a step further from what we saw from the Envoy L90. I'm not saying Envoy L90 is so beautiful, and honestly, one thing that I fear is that it might take the sum of the sales or from the people that are buying Nio. It's a very beautiful car, but with the ES8, I would like to see it even being more beautiful than the Envoy L90, right? Because price wise, we know that from what we have seen, or from what we know, the ES8 right now starts at around 498,000 RMB in China. That car, it's around 500,000 RMB. The existing 2024 ES6 and the 2025 model that is coming will also start around there, which, because the starting price is there, or it's almost 2 times the price of the Envoy L90, I hope Nio takes it to the next level and make sure that it makes, or it is able to beat the Envoy L90 in so many features, right? I think Nio must try for that, because people are just gonna buy it for the first few months and are going to won't need to buy it, but rather would go to the Envoy L90 if they want a large SUV. So Nio must make sure that I know features like the active suspension are going to be or might be featured on the ES8. I know that, of course, some of the technologies in the ET9 will come on them. Nio ES8, that which is great, but there must be more again that Nio tries to do to make sure that there's a difference, or there's a huge difference between the L90 and the Nio ES8. I think Nio is already thinking along those lines, which is something that is very great, something that is exciting. So, my dear friends, I am happy, man. And like I said, I just thought I'd come and quickly share this to you, or share this with you, because it is important that you know that this Neo Day usually takes place during the festive. This year is going to take place around end of September, which is something that we are looking forward to. I mean, how Neo usually do this event is that they give their users to vote on the destinations, the locations, which I'm not sure if for this one they've started. I'm quite certain that they are preparing though, because in terms of the location where the Neo Day is held, depends on the users. The users are the ones that vote, which is another thing that makes Neo to be special, because they don't just make decisions, but they also make sure that they engage with their users or existing users to help them in decision making, which what better way to make a user feel more important, right? I think it's a very good strategy that Neo, it's for that reason that even their after sales services ratings, it's on the next level, right? There is no car company that can, it's not a lot of companies that can match what Neo is doing after sales, or when it comes to after sales services, which is a great thing, right? And it demonstrates where Neo is at and where they are headed. So tell me what you think. Blue sky is coming. Long term will win. Those that are persevering throughout the headwinds of the share price will most definitely be rewarded with time. It takes me some time to make videos like this, and all I ask from you is to give it a thumbs up so that at least you can be notified by YouTube every time I drop a new content. I remain long, I remain strong onto Neo, because I know one thing, and that is blue sky is coming. Long term will win, and those persevering will most definitely be rewarded with time. My dear friends, I will see you on the next one, my dear friends. That is all from me, and God bless you all.